Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another Crackety here casted game. I mean, we just can't get enough of Crackety around here. He's still trying to complete his challenge of getting top 10 on the ladder with Mongols only. This is challenged to him by EGC TV. It looks like he's going to be sticking to it. Going to be playing the Mongols here on the map Lipany. Which, I'll be honest, this is one of the most normal looking Lipanies that I've seen in a while. I mean, usually we have some crazy cliffs and stuff. But I mean, this is looking pretty dry Arabia-y, so pretty happy about that. Crackety going to be playing the Mongols, obviously, in the south side. And in the north, we've got AWP going to be playing as the Rus. I really like this matchup. I think it's a really interesting one because the Mongols tend to have... so the Mongols tend to have a little bit of a weak spot in the early feudal age. And then they sort of have a nice power spike in the castle age. And then I feel like it becomes kind of even when it comes to the late game. I mean, Mongols don't have walls, but then they do have massive bonuses such as improved roller shutter triggers, which is absolutely... like, it's kind of busted still for the Mongols, because it just means you win any siege fight. So it's kind of crazy still. But obviously Mongols don't have walls, and walls in the late game are really, really important. So that's why I always like a good Mongol versus Rus matchup. But we actually see here, look at this. It's hard to say, where actually is it? There he is, there he is, he's hiding in the bush. AWP, have a look at this. It's really hard to see, he's hiding inside the bush. Oh, he's building hunting cabins inside of these forests. He's actually building another one over here, and this is such a smart move. We've been seeing this quite a bit from a Rus, and it feels so good building these in the forests because you get so much more bounty. It's like a full circle of forest, and we'll take a look in a second because that will be a lot of forest that AWP gets from this. But there's a little bit of a downside to this build, and that's actually in the scouts. We see Crackety. He's on the Khan plus a scout that he's trained. And we see he's picking up a lot of the wolves and the deer at the moment, denying it away from AWP. But AWP only has one scout at the moment, and that's his starting scout, because he's investing these resources into hunting cabins. Which does mean he's going to be slightly delayed on this bounty. And bounty is really, really important when it comes to these hunting cabins, because we can see it at the moment. 49 gold a minute. Let's have a look at the other one. Also 49 gold a minute. So that's huge. I mean, that is absolutely huge. But we see the villagers are not glowing at the moment, which means AWP doesn't even have tier 1 bounty. Which means this hunting cabin could be way, way higher. Like, if this was tier 2, it would be worth a relic. That's how good these hunting cabin spots are. I mean, if you get tier 3, it'll be like... oh, I don't even know. It would be a lot of gold. But unfortunately, AWP... doesn't have a lot of bounty at the moment. Still doesn't even have tier 1. He's going to be aging up now with the MrMerlin. But if he manages to get in at least tier 2 bounty, we see he now gets tier 1. So we'll see what this jumps up to. But if he can get in tier 2 bounty, this is going to be worth a hell of a lot more. But we do see there the Kremlin going to be dropped down 4 villagers on that landmark. Interesting, it's been placed on the stone outcropping. So I think AWP is going to be looking for a second town center. Otherwise, we probably would have seen it maybe over here. I mean, this is still a good spot. Securing up the berries and possibly this wood line, although it's a little bit exposed still. This stone's going to be coming through from Crackety. And I mean, the main build we've been seeing out of Crackety, I casted a game where we had 8 town centers out of him. It was a crazy game. Do check that out if you haven't seen it. So maybe we see that same sort of strategy where it's just mass town centers. I mean, usually we see Crackety go for 3, not 8. But, I mean, maybe we see 8 this time as well. But Crackety loves just building more town centers. I think that is what he's going to be doing. We see him moving the Gurt over, and he's going to be building on this Uvu, which means he can grab the improved double broadaxe, which is the upgrade that he needs to be able to chop so much wood for town centers. Because for the Mongols... they only need wood for their town centers, as stone, you know, they've got this stone mechanic. So it just costs wood. So double broadaxe is huge value here for going for a second town center. And even a third town center. So we're going to have to see what AWP looks to do against Crackety. Maybe he just looks to match town centers. We see He is moving out onto that stone. Going to be dropping down a stable along with this. I mean, you're not going to be finding a lot of value here, unfortunately, with that stable. Crackly is not looking to go for trade. Which, I mean, Rus up against Mongol trade, it's pretty decent. I mean, having knights in H2 is really, really nice for the Rus when you're facing trade. But Crackly here, he's not going for trade whatsoever, not even building the silver tree. He's going with the deer stones. And he's just going to be building mass town centers. So, I mean, AWP is going to find it very hard to find much value here. I mean, the only thing that he can do is camp on this gold. Because Crackly, have a look at his spawn. I mean, that is unlucky when it comes to behind base gold. Not a single behind the base gold. All of it's at the front here. So maybe that's something AWP could look to play into. I mean, if you scouted this out, I would be tempted to even place a Kremlin here. I mean, Kremlin here, and then maybe just wall a little bit along here, and just keep an eye on this gold over here, and you'll be completely denying Crackly from gold. But I don't think Crackly's worried too much about gold for the time being. He's just thinking about his town centers. How many town centers can he build? That is the question right there. Improved double broadaxe is going to be coming in. But gonna get in on the action here. Second knight on its way. Take a look at APA. So I do apologize for that. Take a look at AWP's perspective right now. He's got his knight moving in. Not gonna be finding a lot of value here though. Crackly should be able to win that fight. And there's that second town center. Wow. AWP. Oh, he could find so much value here. I mean, the amount of idle time that he could cause. Crackly had nothing to defend against this. Oh, this is so unfortunate. Crackly's just keeping the scout at bay. Oh, that is so unfortunate. I mean, Crackly, he's got lucky here. That is one greedy town center. I mean, I'm very surprised by this. Because, I mean, you could build it here and then just unpack it and move it over. But not going to be doing that. Just going to be building it here. And, I mean, it's worked out pretty well for him. Crackly is going to be losing his scout. That knight going to be moving in. And he's going to be spotting out that town center. A little bit too late, though. He might even lose the knight here if he's not careful. He should be alright. But that's a lot of damage onto that knight right there. Second town center down from AWP. Looks like he's just sticking to the two. So he's very heavy on the wood, and he's going to be going for archery ranges. He's looking to put on the H2 pressure here. But before we do go any further, guys, I'd just like to say a huge thank you for everyone that subscribed recently. I mean, have a look at this. My YouTube analytics say 26% of you guys that watch my videos are subscribed, which is absolutely crazy. So just thank you. Really do appreciate it. But back to the action here. I mean, the knight going to be looking to chase down the Khan. AWP could actually lose the knight here if he's not careful, but yeah, he's going to be running it back to this second town center where AWP is underneath all of those deer. Now, we didn't actually take a look at the hunting cabins. Yeah, so we actually see here they're up to 54 gold a minute. The other one should be the same, yeah. So both the same. I'm pretty sure that's still only tier 1. I don't think he managed to get himself tier 2 because I think this would be a lot higher. So a little bit unfortunate right there. Militia being called here. A little bit surprising. I mean, for a Khan, certainly an interesting decision. But I mean, it's only 40 food. Not a huge deal, but I mean, you would rather keep your militia for one big push. I mean, the Rus can have some great timings. If they can get up a nice mass, and then if Crackly looks to go greedy and go Castle Age, just call all of your militia, and you can just like dive into your opponent. Because these militia, they've got quite they're quite tanky. They're quite tanky, especially, and they do a lot of damage. So just calling them in mass and sticking them into your opponent's base if they're looking to go quite greedy can be really punishing towards, especially if like the Mongols. It looks like Crackly is actually going to be idling a lot of his villagers. I think they're villagers at least, unless he's stuck the spearmen inside. It might be spearmen. Not exactly sure what's in there. I got flamed last game for not knowing what was garrisoned inside. I think it must be Spearman inside. I wish the UI would just tell me, though. It's so frustrating. Okay, so I'm pretty sure it's the spears in there, but AWP going to be moving out here for the boar, looking to collect some more bounty. Nice 75 gold for him. That should be tier 2 bounty. I'd be very surprised if it isn't, but Crackety, he's here with some horsemen, going to be actually killing a few of the archers here. AWP is coming in now with the knights. He's got 3 out on the field, but nice little raid here from Crackety. More horsemen going to be moving in. Khan needs to be careful. Going to be moving away, using the movement speed. Means the horsemen can engage onto those archers. And here we have militia being called from AWP. Just going to be calling all of them. Looks like he wants to get this ram nice and fast. And he might just be looking to push underneath now. I mean, calling all of these militia to build a ram seems a little bit pointless if you're not going to be using them. I think that is going to be the case. And these guys have a really, really high torch damage. So we're going to see how fast he can look to take this out. Iron on Damesh is in. Not going to be taking as much damage from this town center. Horseman going to be jumping inside. Crackety looking to make the most of arrow damage here as his horseman cannot really engage onto this. And Crackety, really smart decision here, focusing down the archers instead of the militia, because the militia are about to die. They're 10 seconds until they die. So focusing down those archers is really smart. Spearman going to be popping out that town center, and we see AWP just going to be losing everything there. And Crackety, he manages to keep the town center alive behind this. Ram going to get focused down by the horseman, and AWP just having everything completely cleaned up now. Crackety didn't even lose a villager in that. We see they're both still at an equal military count, or economic count, sorry. An military count now looking in the favor of Crackety here. Crackety played that really, really well. That second town center still alive. Going to be moving now underneath the town center as he does repair it up with that one villager. It's going to cost a little bit of wood for Crackety to repair, but it's really not a big deal. I mean, the amount of wood that AWP lost from the ram, from the militia he called, from the archers. I mean, it's definitely a better fight here for Crackety. Couple tickets still left inside of that Kremlin. And it looks like AWP is looking to stick it out in the feudal age. Not looking to go castle age yet. Looking to go for a round 2 possibly onto this gold. I think he knows that Crackety is struggling on gold. I mean, there's really not a lot of gold nearby for Crackety. So this is the point of interest for AWP. That's where he's looking to put the focus on. But Crackety's mass right now looking really, really strong. After that fight, I mean, he can just continue to mass up some horsemen. Going to be adding in a few spears of his own. Actually going for another barracks. Kind of surprised we don't see any archers coming out. But I mean, archers are prone to the knights. And Crackety can just mass up horsemen, because getting a nice surrounding on these archers could be huge for him. Knights are going to be able to do slightly better, but I mean, Crackety's just got such a huge horseman mass. These spears are going to be able to easily deal with the few knights that are in here. And Crackety just taking another great fight here. Military count. Really, 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 really nice lead now for Crackety. Though he does need to be careful against these knights. He's going to need to add in a few more spears to deal with these. It looks like Crackety's going to have to retreat back. More spears are on the way. Crackety looking in a little bit of trouble. You got to remember these knights are quite expensive. They're much, much better than your average horseman. So Crackety should have a nice mass of spears at this point. Yeah, he's up to 4. Also making some more, double producing them over here. They should be able to catch these off guard. We've got even more knights coming in. I mean, the amount of knights that AWP has right now, looking very, very strong. He's got 3 more in the queue. Looks like he's stopped production on the archers for the time being. Crackety looking towards that castle age. And there it is. The step redoubt going to be placed down over here. Crackety needs to be careful. Going to be cancelling it. Going to be relocating it back towards the base. And AWP throwing away so many units right there. 2 knights going to be going down. Loads of damage put onto those knights. Not paying attention right there. I think he tried to get in some damage here with the archers. But he knows that age up's going to be coming through. And I think he's looking for the age up for himself. He could go... I think it's got to be Abbey of the Trinity, right? You try and pick up as many relics as possible. Cracky looking to have a nice little surround here. But, I mean, knights are going to be able to deal some nice damage towards them. Cracky's just going to be throwing these away, trying to do as much damage as he can onto those archers. Cracky now has aged up, going to be moving that step out over onto that gold vein once again. I think Cracky's going to find it increasingly harder to secure up these golds. He's building another Uvu on the left-hand side here. Needs to expand out over in this direction. And it is going to be the Abbey of the Trinity coming down from AWP. Looking to do some walling behind this. Some very big walls, in fact. Have a look at that. All the way over here. So if AWP's fast, he should be able to get at least 3 relics here. But we already see Crackety. He's already got a prayer tent out, and he's producing those shamans. It's going to be very tricky for AWP to pick up this relic behind. And Crackety now looking to grab his veterancy upgrades for the spears. Knights in the queue for him. It's going to be the knight and spear composition here. AWP does have archery ranges down, so he can make crossbows, which I think is going to be the response out of him. When you're up against the Mongols in this position, I mean, crossbows really does make sense. And you're doing a lot of walling now as well, so don't mind having a little bit more of an immobile army. And he's still got a large and massive knights as well, so you do have that mobility still. And Crackety making use of the patrol mode here. Going to be patrolling this little gap. AWP has reached the castle age. Going to be picking up this relic first. I mean, in this position, you really want to be grabbing these other relics before Crackety gets his hands on them. As first relic is in for him. Couple lancers and the Khan. Going to be able to pick off a villager. Might even get 2 villagers here. Going to be a close one. Does in fact get 2. That warrior monk may... I think that should be alright. Yeah. Oh, okay. He's going to be actually retreating. I think he can get that if he picks it up and wallows. But he's got more knights coming in anyway. So that's going to be the Khan down for Crackety. And that's going to be a little bit of a cleanup with those 2 knights. AWP should be able to pick up these 3 relics now. I mean, Crackety, he's going to get it before. Oh, AWP, this relic was his. This relic was totally his, and Crackety, nice read right there. So is able to secure up 3 relics. I think it's going to be hard for AWP to pick up that one, but he might get it. We'll have to see. That last lancer going to get picked off very, very soon. And full walls are up, so Crackety is unable to escape. Looks like Crackety is going to be moving in. Just going to be diving onto this small mass of the AWP. Few spears, few crossbows in there. It looks like Crackety is going to be adding in crossbows of his own. Crossbows to deal with the crossbow and knight from AWP. Kind of mirroring their unit compositions at the moment. I gotta say, I think it's probably better for the Roost play. You gotta remember, they've got Boyard's Fortitude, which has been buffed in the last patch. Increases the health of Roost cavalry by plus 30, which it used to be plus 20. Now it's plus 30, and it's a hell of a lot cheaper. Only 100 food, 250 gold. It's such a nice upgrade to grab. So I highly recommend Roost players out there, do pick up this upgrade when you have a little mass of cavalry. I mean, 11 cavalry here, and you've also got your warrior monks in here. Definitely grab this upgrade. Crackety's mass looking really, really strong right now. Crackety only going for the 2 town centers this game. 2 town centers for AWP as well. So both setting a pretty much the same villager count. Crackety ahead by 2. Nothing substantial though. Both of them are completely mirroring each other right now. Have a look at this. They're both adding in men-at-arms at the same time. Crackety does have the mangonel out now though. Advantage for the Mongols being able to produce siege on the battlefield, but we do have the Rus siege workshop down. Question is it going to be for a mangonel or a springald? It's going to be for a springald. So AWP is going to have the response for this. And it looks like Crackety's going to be making rams. Have a look at that. 4 rams in the queue in this siege workshop. So it looks like Crackety's going to be going for quite a bit of a push coming up. 2 mangonels out for him. No springalds out yet though. May want to grab just maybe even 1 springald to deal with the springald out of AWP. AWP also has the militia available to him. 11 tickets, 22 militia he can call at any point. Crackety does have to bear that in mind in case he goes for a full dive into the base. And it's something we've seen quite often with these when you're facing up against the Rus. You burn something, you burn a wall in the wall, and you go in the base. You're at the back of the base or something, and then they call militia and you get cornered. It's not the greatest when that happens, but springald in placement. Or springald here, going to be taking out that mangonel or doing some good damage onto both mangonels. Unfortunately, though, it doesn't kill them, which means they can just be healed up again. And springald just thrown away there by AWP. It looks like Crackety's just going to be burning down the gate himself, going to be moving through. If he can get a couple of nice mangonel shots, this could be huge for Crackety. No springald in for AWP. Bit of a nice shot off there, but I mean, Crackety can just continue to advance here. Springald is out for Crackety. Huge shot. AWP does have the springald out, but it's not at the front. And Crackety's just getting huge shots out with these mangonels. No militia have been called yet. 12 tickets still available to him, and these mangonels are just getting so much value here. AWP finally going to be moving forward his springald. Going to be able to take these out, but I mean, so much damage has been done to AWP. First mangonel goes down. Second mangonel is going to be able to retreat in time. 4 rams able to focus down the town center here. Mangonel can just be constantly repaired up by these villagers. I don't think it's possible to kill the mangonel with only 1 springald. You really do need 2 when villagers are here. And there goes that town center. Crackety, he's looking really, really strong right now. More reinforcements coming in. We still got 26 militia that can be called from the Kremlin, though. This could be the saving grace for AWP. The thing that buys him a little bit more time, because he's fine when it comes to the economy. It's really just this military push that Crackety's putting onto him at the moment that he needs to deal with. We've got another springald in the queue. The AWP will be up to 2. That should mean he should be able to shut down this mangonel, and then he should be able to start to focus down at those rams. But nice mass of crossbows out for the AWP. Needs to make sure he keeps those alive, because Crackety, he's up to 12. But it does look like AWP is going to be able to hold this for the time being. Kremlin going to be helping out here with its little bit of a fire. And it looks like Crackety is just slowing down production a little bit. We see, what is this, Crackety? What is this macro? 3,200 gold. That is crazy. Now, a militia. AWP, militia, please. He's calling... Oh, he's using his villagers to take out the rams. I feel like this is a little bit of a mistake. When you got militia available to you like this, I feel like just get the militia. They can take out the rams as well. There'll be a lot of wood invested for Crackety that will be taken out. So I'm pretty sure these rams have already found their value by just taking out the town centers, the production buildings, the blacksmith. The double mangonel out for AWP. And it does look like he should be able to clean this up. No springald placement through on this Kremlin. I feel like that could have been a real help as well. More rams going to be moving in. It looks like Crackety is continuing his push still. Very slow trickle though. So AWP should be able to deal with this. And in the base, oh my goodness, Crackety He's going for a mass sheep transition right now. Mass pasture transition. That's a lot of pastures. Jesus. Look at that. How many's he got? 33. Crackety, you got enough here. I mean, we can feel the lag just around this patch of villagers. 59 villagers. Jesus Christ, Crackety. And AWP, he's going to be aging up. I mean, he's really not in a bad position. He did, in fact, call militia in the end, which, I mean, probably a little bit of a waste now. Now that Crackety stopped, but it's whatever. It's whatever. He's still got 10 that he can call. Pascayan Tower is going to be built, which means he does have access to the stone wall. Now, this isn't a landmark that we actually see very often, mainly because the other landmark, the High Armory, is so much better. I mean, just cheap siege in the late game is huge. But this will give access to the stone walls. And I think that's maybe why the AWP is going for this landmark. And obviously, nice defensive landmark here in case Crackety's looking to push into the base. Once again, which it looks like he is going to be moving in. Militia. I mean, at this point, you may as well send in the militia. They've only got 10 seconds left until they die. Yeah, and there we go. Now they start to die. The trickle of militias, they slowly die. But Crackety, he's going to be aging up as well. He's already aged up, and it's going to be the Kahana. I don't know how to say this. I'm just going to go Khan Gate Palace. But I love this landmark so much. I love it so much. We've seen it once so far, and we've seen the Hyoi Power Trebuchet in action. Which, I mean, we didn't get to see it for very long. I feel like in this position, we're going to be seeing a lot more of it, which I'm very happy about. Hopefully, we get to see some other units, because there's a lot of units that can be produced in this Khan Gate Palace. Kahana Gate Palace? Kahaganate? I feel I'm butchering that so hard. But Crackety, he's looking to push into the base here. Pascayan Tower is on the right-hand side, so not going to be doing anything here. MrMerlin is going to be helping out a little bit. Crackety's brought his own Springles this time. And if he's got roller shutter triggers, he should have the ranged advantage, but I don't think he's grabbing it at the moment. Has the AWP grabbed his? He's grabbed his. Okay. But this is the thing with the... Oh, huge mangonel shots. But this is the problem with the Rus here. They don't have their version of the improved roller shutter triggers from the High Armory, because AWP didn't age up with that landmark. So Crackety's gonna have really, really long-range Springles. Streltsy are looking to be produced from AWP, so it's gonna be able to clean this up. Streltsy, such a good late game unit. In combination with those mangonels and Springles. Got us a few spears to deal with any cavalry. And this is really where Rus start to look pretty strong. This is the stage of the game where Rus really do step up, in my opinion. I mean, they've got the access to Streltsy as long as they can get their upgrades in. The upgrades are so key, but there's a lot of upgrades that you need. You know, you need to think about your blacksmith upgrades. You need to think about your university upgrades. We actually see Crackety here with some warrior monks. He's looking to clone his opponent with those warrior monks. We've also got some Rus knights in there. I wonder what we've got coming up next. I mean, the Khan Gate Palace is just such a fun landmark. But Crackety taking a nice fight here. He's got Elite Spearman in. Elite Spearman is in also for AWP. He needs to focus these mangonels on the crossbows if he wants to win this fight. Streltsy going to be firing on the back line, so he's able to clear up the spears. Mangonels not finding much value there. Crackety coming off with really, really nice splits right there. But it looks like AWP is going to be slowly moving forward. So Crackety, it looks like he's... Yeah, just the amount of reinforcements coming in from... Oh, yes, look at this. Hyoi Power Trebuchet. It's here. It's back. And there we see the problem for AWP. He doesn't have access to the High Armory to get that improved Springwood upgrade, which means Crackety can just outrange him. Because he's got that extra tile compared to AWP. So it's going to be really, really hard for the Rus player here to deal with siege. We've also got the Hyoi Power Trebuchet here. That's going to be able to start to focus down. I don't know what it's shooting at. It's going to be shooting at the wall. It misses the wall. Come on. You're meant to be a powerful trebuchet. You don't miss the wall. But AWP looking pretty strong here. Gonna be pushing forward, adding in lots of horsemen now. Doesn't have elite upgrades on that quite yet. Yo-Yo Power Trebuchet gonna have to fall back for the time being, as it does take a little bit of damage. And AWP, I mean, he's really pushing forward right now with the Streltsy mass. Oh, yes, look at this. Nest of B. Have a look at that. A Mongol nest of B. Oh, yes. Oh, my God, Crackety, please get a nice shot onto those Streltsy. Oh, little bit of damage. Oh, he's gonna get another one. Is he gonna get it? Oh, this is so tense. Okay, he's just gonna be pulling it back for the time being. Looks like he can just push those Streltsy back with the crossbowman. Who would have thought it? Look at that. A Mongol nester B. Looks like AWP is just going to be holding back for the time being. Needs to get a little bit more of a mass. Needs to get out a few more spears to deal with the horseman out of Crackety. His real struggle is going to be with the siege. And ooh, look at the damage. Mongol nester B. Oh, yeah. I love this so much. I mean, we got a second Yo-Yo Power Trebuchet. Oh my goodness, Crackety getting off another huge shot. Oh, this Nester B finding crazy value here. Look at the value. It does unfortunately get taken out though by that Springald, which is it's a little bit unfortunate. But I mean, the amount of value that Nester B bought, absolutely crazy. We've also got hand cannoneers coming in from Crackety, but unfortunately not going to be quite as effective as the Streltsy, which means Crackety's going to be in a little bit of trouble. We see Yo-Yo Power Trebuchet is going to get focused down. That's a sight I do not want to see right there. It's alright, we got another one. We got another one here. They don't stop coming. One Yo-Yo Power Trebuchet, two Yo-Yo Power Trebuchets, another third Yo-Yo Power Trebuchet. But Spear's going to be moving in here for AWP. Looks like he's just going to be throwing them away. Wants to take out this outpost, it seems. Giving Crackety a lot of vision. So he's going to be focusing it down. Surprised by Crackety not to have more Springalds out, considering he does have the ranged advantage. And Crackety just doesn't seem to have much of an army at the moment. I'm not exactly sure what he's doing, but he's not exactly making a lot. He's making quite a few knights, as well as horsemen. So it looks like he's just going into a mass cavalry transition. Yeah, he's making more stables over here. But, I mean, he doesn't have many stables. The lag over here. Oh, my God. Crackety. 82 villagers here. Jesus Christ. But it looks like AWP does get cleaned up over here. And he's going to be remassing here in the base. And AWP may find it a little bit hard to keep up this production soon. I feel like he's going to be running out of gold soon. And his trade is a little bit further out. We actually see he's got 2 large gold mines still. So as long as he can keep this keep over here, he should be all right for quite a while. That would be, what, 16,000 gold? So Crackety going to be pushing into the base of AWP. We've got some elite horse archers in here. Hand cannoneers going to be focusing down the Streltsy out of AWP. Askai Tower going to be helping out on the back line. AWP should be able to hold this. We've got more cavalry going to be moving in. Crackety trying his best with this cavalry transition. I think he's finding it a little bit hard to to make all of these units in time. Look at the production queue right now. We've got 18 horsemen, 10 knights, and he's only got like 6 stables. You may want to drop a couple more stables down. More horsemen coming in for Crackety. Spears are going to have to clean that up pretty easily though. It looks like Crackety's focus now is going to be on this keep. We see a ram going to be coming in. And now, if only we had a Yo-Yo Power Trebuchet. Do we have one on the map? No, it seems like Crackety keeps losing his Yo-Yo Power Trebuchets. But this would be a perfect position for a Yo-Yo Power Trebuchet. And imagine, oh, how majestic would it look? Yo-Yo Power Trebuchet on the cliff right here, firing down on the keep. That would be beautiful, because that ram ain't doing a lot when villagers are here. Yeah, and we see villagers going to get cleaned up there. Crackety unsuccessful on this push onto the gold mine. And Crackly, it looks like he's going very heavy into cavalry now, grabbing his biology upgrade. But I mean, cavalry here up against mass spears and Streltsy out of AWP, definitely questionable. But he's still keeping up production of crossbow as well as some hand cannoneers and some spears to just act as a nice front line. Moram's going to be moving in for Crackly onto that keep. What do we have coming from the Khan Gate Palace? We've got some elite palace guard on the way, which is always nice to see. What else have we got in here? We haven't had that much interesting in a while. I mean, palace guard are just, you know, these guys are just boring old men at arms. So I want to see more STBs. I want to see, I don't know. I feel like they could do a little bit more with the Khan Gate Palace, you know. I know this is already a great landmark, but I feel like you could add some really cool stuff into this. You know, get rid of the boring knights, get rid of the boring men-at-arms and whatever. And add in some, like, I don't know, add in some, like, landsknechts or something. I feel like that could be pretty funny. Crackly looking to push forward once again. AWP's got a nice choke point here with his Streltsy. Got to remember the Streltsy, the longer they stand in one spot, the faster their firing rate does get. So we see he does actually move them slightly there. That does cancel it out, so he doesn't want to really move these as it does slow down his firing rate. But Crackly, he's just got such a huge mass here. He's able to push through. Biology going to be helping him out quite a bit here. And it looks like Crackly's starting the trade transition. 163 gold for each trader right there. Doesn't have the silver tree, but not going to be a big deal for him. AWP still holding on here. Streltsy mass just so strong here. I feel like I need to make a hotkey for this. Can I make a hotkey? Oh, I can. There we go. I put it on 1. We can always come back to the Khan Gate Palace whenever we want to see what it's making. At the moment, it's going to be making a Hyo Pow Trebuchet. That keep still up for AWP. Almost extracted half the amount of gold from that large gold mine. And AWP is going to be able to get a nice raid off here. But instead decides to walk straight past it. I'm not exactly sure where he's off to. But Crackly is going to be following with some spears and some cavalry. Does have Yamin, so he's going to be able to follow this pretty quickly. And AWP is going to be moving in on the front line as well. Takes out that outpost. Streltsy mass looking pretty strong, up to 23. Honestly, if I'm Crackly, I feel like you could just go for like a large siege mass. I mean, what's AWP going to do against it? You got the better Springles. And with the amount of Streltsy he's making at the moment, Mangonels could be huge. But you know what else could be huge? I was really hoping that was going to be an STB. An STB here could be beautiful to deal with these Streltsy. Hyo Pow Trebuchet going to be making its way over. Deal with the keep. Crackly. He is able to hold on here. He's going to be pulling villagers. Look at this. What is going on? Crackly. I think he's overboomed a little bit. We see he's on 151 villagers. As he is moving into trade, I think he's wanting to get rid of a few. So instead of just deleting them, you may as well use them to take out some rams, you know, try and get a nice surround on the Streltsy with them, I guess. I think that is, yeah, that is genuinely what he's doing. Oh my goodness, Crackly. Oh, he's going to be losing them pretty fast. He does have improved, he does have textiles in, so, I mean, I guess that they're a nice tanky front line. I mean, not really tanky, but still a front line nonetheless. AWP does spot out the trade. Hasn't started at any of his own yet. The market's in a little bit of an inconvenient spot. And the villagers are actually really coming in handy here. Still 22 of them alive. I think AWP may be looking to micro down the units. As at this point in the game, villager kills don't really mean a lot, especially when Crackly's trying to get rid of them for space for trade. What a game this is. Crackly just pulling out some crazy stuff right here with the villagers. Hyo Pow Trebuchet. Oh, look at this. It's like the majestic view I was talking about earlier. Look at it. I wish we had a better angle, to be honest. I want to see the keep. Oh, there's a raid going on here, but I don't really care. I mean, I just want to see the trebuchet fire. Kaboom. Such a cool trebuchet. Crackly going to be moving into the base of AWP once again. This is really a back and forth. I mean, both players just moving into each other's base, and then they die, and then the other opponent pushes into their base, and then they die, and then it's just constant back and forth. The question is, who is better when it comes to the later stages of the game? Because this is what we're talking about right at the beginning with the trade. If Mongol have uncontested trade, Mongols will win. If Mongols do not have trade, Rus will most likely win. That's the way I sort of view it, at least that's the way I see it. Not necessarily true all the time, but that tends to be how it goes. And at the moment, Crackly's got some great trade. He's got his upgrades in now, so he's going to be getting a little bit of wood, a little bit of food, a little bit of stone. And this is where Crackly can start the tower creep. He's getting so much gold, or so much gold and stone from the traders. He can just drop down outposts here and grab his cannon emplacements. So may even want to continue training villagers just so we can send them in here to build outposts. And Crackly looking very, very decent here. We got the attack speed arrow coming in. The arrow attack speed. And it looks like Crackly is going to get cleaned up once again. I mean, the Pascayan tower here on the backline, you just can't fight underneath this. It's got some decent range, and we just see here, Crackly's mass is just going to get cleaned up. Though, Crackly does get some nice mangonel shots. We've got some more horse archers in here. Very useful army at this point in the game. Like Gyo Pow Trebuchet slowly taking out that keep, and it looks like AWP has had to move away onto this back gold mine, which is almost run out. And this is where struggles could start coming in from AWP, because he's gonna have no gold left. He's got this one. Oh, I mean, 72 is better than nothing, I guess, but that's not gonna be lasting him too much longer. He might get a Streltsy out of that. But apart from that, yeah, the gold situation for AWP not looking too good. And he only got in 2 relics at the beginning of the game. Militia gonna get called. He's got so many militia right now that he can call. 21 tickets, 42 militia he could call right now. I wouldn't be surprised to see them all get called. I mean, in this position, Crackly making quite a bit of an advance right here. Mangonel does get taken out. But I mean, AWP can probably just hold under this. He's got a nice choke point here. Kremlin and Pascayan tower firing down. There's still no sprinkler placement on this Kremlin. But I mean, the Pascayan tower doing the damage right here, especially with Streltsy here. Nice choke point. Springles on the backline, giving a little bit of damage. Gyo Pow Trebuchet doing its thing over here. We haven't seen a Nesta B in a while. I want to see another Nesta B. I'm not sure what's been happening to them, but Mangonel out for AWP. Able to clean up these last remaining troops for Crackly. I mean, I say that he's still got more army moving in. And AWP at the moment does have a lot of gold in reserves. The question is, how quickly is that going to get used up? He's actually back on this gold over here. He's like, Crackly's going to forget about this. So he might actually be able to see in his range. He can't actually. Okay. It's just a bit of a stalemate in the base of AWP. I think Crackly's just banking on the fact that eventually AWP will be running out of gold, because he's got the trade behind this, and trade is really starting to pick up now for Crackly. So Crackly's just hoping he can just flood units into the base of AWP, take even trades, and eventually he will run out of trade, or run out of gold, as Crackly will have the trade. This Khan's so annoying. Oh god, Crackly with his Khan. It looks like AWP has managed to hold on. He's looking pretty decent, you know. Like Crackly, he spent a lot of resources on this trade. He's still got a decent mass here. The Gyo Pow Trebuchet back at the front of the base. I mean, yeah, he can start to focus down the Pascayan tower now. Or gonna be the wooden fortresses first. Nice mass of hand cannoneers. Crackly should be able to hold on here. Please don't lose. Please don't lose it. Oh, no. Oh, this is painful. I hate seeing these things go down. Rip. Rip Hyo Power Trebuchet. But we got something better. Where is it? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Nest of Bees back. But I mean, Crackly's really getting pushed back right now. The Mangonels, 2 Mangonels out here, able to focus down the Streltsy. Finding some nice value there, though. Crackly's going to be losing both of them. Khan still being an absolute pain. And it looks like AWP going to be dropping down yet another town center. So this is the 3rd town center of the game. Feels a little bit late, but yeah, we can see he's really wanting to pick up with the villager loss. Nesterby back at it again. Oh god, Crackly, please don't lose it like this. Not like this. More Springles coming out from him. That's exactly what he needs. He's got the longer range Springles, so there's really no reason that Crackly should be losing siege to other Springles. This Khan. Oh my goodness, this Khan is annoying. It looks like it's finally going to be going down, though. And Crackly looking to move in on the front line here. 3 Rams going to be moving along with him. Siege mass coming out from AWP, but I mean, Siege up against the Mongols when they've got the long range Springles. And Crackly's actually brought Springles with him this time, as well as the Nesterby, which he is not yet healed up. I feel like the Mongol Nesterbys aren't quite as good as Chinese Nesterbys. I don't know, they just don't seem to do as much damage. And maybe it's because I'm used to the clock tower ones. But Crackly, he's making some good progress right here. We see AWP is really struggling with the villager count right now. I think he's struggling for food. Just doesn't have enough villagers on the food at the moment. And Crackly making some real progress here. Hyo Power Trebuchet would have been real handy right now to take out the Pascayan Tower. Crackly. His mass is really starting to pick up. I'm surprised we don't see more outpost spam. I mean, we see blueprints for it, but I don't know where the villagers are. Oh. Hello. He's now finally going to be building them. I'm surprised he isn't just building them here, to be honest. But I guess he's playing it safe, slowly going to be creeping forward. Because the amount of stone that he's got floating right now, he can just spam cannon placements and slowly creep forward. And we got so many more rams coming out from him. Crackly just spamming the rams. That's a smart play. I mean, rams can be produced out of the siege workshops now. Which means, you know, you're not wasting time with your army building them. So you can just spam them. And in the late game, these guys are pretty good now with the lightweight beams, which I'm sure Crackly has grabbed. Yeah, he's grabbed the base upgrade for lightweight beams. So they're able to do more damage and they take less time to be constructed. Horseman raids coming through, idling AWP's food economy. The AWP's not really struggling too much. Oh god. Bit of a voice crack right there. But AWP is not really struggling at the moment for food, but it could become a problem if these horseman raids continue to raid. And it looks like he's just going to be burning the farms. I think he might just be doing it for the bounty. But Crackly's just slowly inching his way forward with these outposts, with taking out the production. This Pascayan Tower is really the problem for it, and I really wish we had another Hyo Power Trebuchet on the way. No Hyo Power Trebuchet quite yet. But this would be a perfect scenario for a Hyo Power Trebuchet. I mean, take out the Pascayan Tower. I mean, to be honest, you can probably just use a normal Trebuchet. You know, what are they for the Mongols? Traction Trebuchet. But siege mass out of AWP, up to 2 Springles. But I mean, again, Springles. I'm surprised by Crackly doesn't have any Springles out to deal with this. But more rams coming out from him. And Crackly is completely dry on gold. So it looks like Crackety's going to be the one struggling on gold. Like, he's got a ton of trade. He's struggling a little bit at the moment. May want to increase his trader production, possibly. Delete a few villagers, because at the moment he's doing fine on the food. That mangonel just getting so much value right there. Just 2 sprinkles, Crackety. Shut down all of the siege out of AWP. This is why we see the benefit of having these outposts here. I mean, it's just impossible for AWP to push past this without some serious siege. Crackety going to be moving through. Takes out a springled and a mangonel right there. May even get the other springled. And these Rams going to be focusing down that Pascayan tower. Sacred Site victory coming through from Crackety. Pascayan tower might actually be going down here. Villagers will need to be pulled to repair this up. And have a look at this. AWP going to be looking to build some wooden fortresses here. Unfortunately for the Roos, they can't grab cannon emplacements. Cannon emplacements here would be really, really nice to try and shut down the trade. But I mean, it's not even close. Crackety's here with his towers already, so he's gonna have to creep a lot more forward to even try and deny the trade here out of Crackety. And Crackety's into the base, and we see he's still just burning down these farms for resources right now. We'll take a look at his perspective, and we see how much he gets per farm. And we see it's like 2 volleys of fire, 75 of each resource. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. And AWP has to then spend a load of wood on building a new one. So Crackety just looking to burn down everything right now. Everything he can get his hands onto. Another Hyoi Power Trebuchet. Gonna be getting him all of that juicy bounty. And it's just going to be spending it on more outposts. I mean, we see the outpost spam right now. It's just everywhere on the map. Sacred Site victory. Looks like that is going to be the win condition here for Crackety. We see he's going to be outposting up this right-hand side Sacred Site. Already walled up the... or not walled up. Outpost up to the central and the left one. And then Crackety's just going to keep the attention in AWP's base. With the Lancers, with the Horsemen. Taking out all the farms here. AWP, he's woodless. I mean, Crackety's just kind of chucking away units here just to take out farms. And AWP doesn't have any wood to deal with it. Is this his only wood left? He's got a little bit of wood over here. But it seems like he's struggling on the wood to just replace farms. Luckily still does have a nice little food reserve. Crackety looking to take the wood from AWP here. Mongol outposts. Able to do so much damage here onto the horseman. And Crackety, he's already set up production here to deal with any few stragglers that make their way through. I think Crackety is just very happy to just sit and wait it out for the Sacred Site victory. I mean, he's just got his units sitting here. Huge, massive hand cannoneers. Horsemen just going to get instantly taken out by those outposts. More cannon emplacements coming through. And we see here hand cannoneers up against the Streltsy. I mean, Crackety's just got such a huge mass right here. AWP just doesn't stand a chance. Going to be retreating back. Does have the Pascayan back up to full HP. I'm very surprised by Crackety not focusing the Hyoi Power Trebuchet on that landmark. But I guess he's just taking out the smaller buildings right now, denying vision. Collecting a little bit more bounty for himself. We got 6 minutes till the Sacred Site victory. Crackety, constant units in production, just trying to take out as many farms. It looks like AWP has recovered on the farms. And AWP, he's trying his best on the left-hand side here. He's trying to make a break for this Sacred Site. He knows he needs to stop it. He can't let Crackety get close to this Sacred Site victory. But I mean, the cannon emplacements here for Crackety, just so huge. I mean, look at the area of effect damage that I put onto these units. And Crackety, he's got production here. He's going to be able to make units to defend this Sacred Site. So AWP, he's making some good progress on these outposts. And there we go. That Sacred Site victory is slowly going to start to get capped, but Crackly, he's back. He's pumping horsemen onto that Sacred Site. And with that, GG gets called. AWP realizes he's not going to be able to stop this Sacred Site victory and calls GG. Wow, what a game. The power of the Hyoi Pow Trebuchet. I mean, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe I'm a little bit too overhyped about the Hyoi Pow Trebuchet, but I love this unit. But anyway, if you did enjoy this, please do feel free to leave a like, maybe even subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.